2, 1,
We're live.
go.
So, good evening, everyone. Sorry, I've been away for the last 2 streams, but I'm back. A lot has been happening. So, I hope everyone has been doing great. And as regards to why I've been away, like I said, it's just personal stuff, but I'm back. And I hope to be here each and every day. So, welcome back to TTKE. Walter is here. I think today we are 2, so I think we'll take it tease and look for opportunities as usual. So apologies for those who have been missing out on the commodities, but I'm back now. Too much talks from Walter, I'm sure, but we're back to commodities. Walter?
Okay, hi guys. While you're away, I've been only talking about stocks. So I think most of these guys are very relieved because you're here. And I hope I'm audible. Can you hear me?
True. Yeah.
Am I audible? Jesse? Okay.
Very.
It's nice to be back. And excited because it's turning out to be a very good quarter. And a very peaceful month so far. So it's really nice.
Oh yeah, I even forgot
Okay,
Q3.
Jesse,
We're done with it.
we are in Q3. I think I did some introduction while you were away, but I think now you're back, and exciting. Take over. Take over. I think you should start today since you've been away for a while. So I'll come later. Anyway.
So I think the last time we were here, we were talking about the strong support we had, especially for gold. We were at 22, 80s to 90s, held quite well. I was not here for the final rebound of that kind of support, but looking at the chart, I think that played out quite well. No problem so far. Then we had that daily channel. It was a bearish at the moment. Every day held quite by the trend line. Which you can see over there. Broke out, didn't have quite a retest on the daily, but I think on the lower time frames, that is the 4H, we did had some kind of that trend line. And now we are accelerating towards forming new all-time highs for the commodities markets, and especially for gold. Again, we are looking at some kind of the end of this whole consolidation that we've been having for quite a while. I think it's been months. I think from April, we've just been playing around with these levels. Came from the bottom, came from support, touched the high of that range. Now we're just playing about with the highs of that range. But fundamentally, I still remain with the same bias. Like I said, that if you don't break that 2300 support towards the downside, I will still remain with my bullish bias on this commodity. And that still holds up to this moment. But again, important to mention that we're still playing around with the top of that range is 2391 also towards 2400. And for us to break out of that range would be quite significant if I'm saying and PCE proves to be the Fed's favorite tool. And on indications are that if we are getting data coming in, inflation data coming in light, that is to mean that the inflation is kind of cooling down, then that sends all kinds of bullish signals to commodities and all other safe assets. So for the moment, I'm still looking at if we can break out of that consolidation. It's been happening for quite a while. Since we came to this, formed a new all-time high, came back and formed some kind of support here. We've been just playing around, but we broke out, I think it was in May, broke out, formed a new all-time high. Then that led to what we can see at this point as quite a bearish channel formed. But I think that has come to pass. We have come again to test this high that we formed here at around 400. Tested it, rejected it once, but now we are pushing back up to see if we can come and break it convincingly. So for the moment, I'm just waiting for that. But I already have active trades. Like I said, a bearish daily channel. I looked for opportunities there because my no trade range was around. I can just plot this out. My no trade range is right here. I think I updated this for those of you on Twitter. This was my no trade range because anything could have happened here. We could have come, bounced off that kind of upper trend line and then come to break the lows, but that didn't happen. So immediately broke out of the daily channel. I was in buys. I think I shared as shared book, and I can also share that again today to show you guys that I've only been trading this commodity since quarter 3 started, and a few trades in it. I think 5 trades so far. Coming up right now. Coming up right now. I think it should be visible right now. So that has my oh, Walter is back. Walter was just sharing. So this is week last week, this week. So far we're up. I think it's not yet updated. Let me just refresh this. I think we should be up around 4.5%. But yeah, 5. I think 6 now so far. But, even a closure or if we close a position, even if it's partially shows up as still at the trade. So yeah, so 4.5%. I think this should be updating anytime soon. Up about 4.5%, but it's currently showing around 4.15%, evidently, for the month. For the goals, I think we have a target of 10% for the month. 10% is decent from where I stand. So right now we are about 50% towards the target. Oh yeah, I've monthly had indicated 5%, but I'll be updating that to around 10% because yeah, the first goal was past 5%, and now that we are at 4.5%, and it's only the second week, and we are updating this to around 10% to see if we can match the first month, bring up 10% for in the entire month. Yeah, so I'll be updating that and be sharing this again on the community platform so that you guys can check out what has been happening. So far, zero drawdown, which is the best bit about my trading month. We have not had any losses this month. So 5 trades, 5 straight wins, no drawdown so far, 0% drawdown. In fact, from the moment we made the has been up, so no drawdown so far. It's quite significant. This was we'll be quite happy with the performance this month. But then again, these things come and go at any one time. I think I've gone 3 months without having a month where I have zero drawdown. For the drawdown, I think it's highlighted somewhere here, right here. So I think we had a drawdown of only about 0.07%, which was a random trade. I think that was today in the morning. So that is the much we have been drawdown this month. So yeah, like I said, I've been 3 months without 0% drawdown. I think last month we had the last time we checked, we were at around 3% drawdown. but we recovered from that, closed at around 3% for the last month. Yeah, so yeah, this month turned out to be great. And I hope the rest of quarter three will be the same, follow the same suit. So, Walter, I don't know what you have on your end before I get into execution. I think the bell is, we are how many minutes? 20 minutes away from the bell. I'm sure you have some stocks lined up. And if you're ready, maybe you can share with the community what you're looking to go into once the Yoko.
Okay. Just say I think I still have I have technical issues. I don't know what's wrong today with my Wi-Fi. Man, my I think I'm down, but it's showing I have running to 12 Mbps, so I don't know what's happening. Anyway, as I sort this out, kindly continue because I can't see any charts on my end on my trading view. But let me correct that. Kindly give me some few minutes, please.
So I'll just look at the common assets that you have. Let me just share the trading view and the MP4. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, I think we had a look at gold. I've explained what I'm looking for. So maybe just go to the other commodities. Watch list, of course. We start with oil. Uh, I think that our trade last month's trade, we were looking for buys of this kind of support, the 80 level. You remember that? I think everyone joined that. I had a lot of comments on the same still. Yeah, we were looking for buys. Each time we touched 80, we had buys. Each time we touched 80, we had buys. And our target was 84. And guess what happened? We got to our $84 level. And then we're retracing back to that same 80 level. Now, question is, am I still going to look for more buys once we have already come back to the 80 level? No, because fundamentally, I think we talked about this last month. Supply cuts from the OPEC countries. Um, and on top of that, we also have summer. Summer is approaching in the US economy, and demand is still poised to go higher than what we're currently experiencing. So for me, if you're coupling the reduction in supply with the growth in demand for oil products and oil, for that matter, with the travel and all that, I think fundamentally we are still going to see a rejection of that 80 level, and today has shown us, the PA for today has shown us exactly that, because we touched around, we really didn't quite touch 80, we came to around 81 and then rejected heavily. I think on the low rate frame this is quite visible. The rejection there this is on the hourly. So came back, we came to the 81 level, and then we've been flying since then with a slight rejection of the days open, but now we are recovering quite nicely. So I think for me, although that 80 level is quite significant, maybe I'll look for more price action, because touching 81 alone does not give me the kind of conclusion I like. I want it to come down and touch the 80 level once more for me to be convinced of buys back to the 84 level. But if that fails, then it will be a flat bottom break on the hourly to come back to our initial area, that is the 78, going lower. But fundamentally, I don't expect that the sales will hold quite a lot, because fundamentally, like I said, any curtail in supply and the increase in demand translates directly to an increase in prices. So at that, based on that, then the only trade that I'm looking for are buys, and those buys will have to come once we touch the 80 level. Today, I think we touched 81, just $1 from my target price of 80. So I'm still going to wait for more drawdown, for more price decreases till we get to 80. And if you get to 80, then I'll be considering again getting on more buys like we had last month. Hopefully, It will deliver as it delivered last month. I don't know how many times we can get the entry because last month we had kind of around 3 entries. So we had the first one on the break and retest right here, the break and retest. We had this convincing break, and then we retested the 80 level. First buys came in here, then kind of pulled up towards, I think on the 4 hour we had a resistance at that point. We had a resistance, a 4 hour resistance right here. We touched that kind of resistance, and then it came back down again towards the 80 level. And I'm looking for the same kind of action this time round. But the technicals have changed so far because these levels, these resistance levels are no longer relevant. So right now, what I'm looking at as resistance for price again to once we touch the 80, the next best resistance point will be around this kind of zone here that we bounced off last time. This for me will be acting as resistance, and yeah, if you can break up above that, then I'll be convinced that the buys are in, and I will go take I think a larger position that I had last time. Remember last time it was a small chunk of a position, although we went at it 3 times. So we had these touch points. So we had the first touch point right here, second touch point, and third touch point. Again, small micro positions because I was not really convinced of the position. And we had capital tied up in the commodities. Remember, we had an active trade on gold, we had an active trade on silver. So capital was kind of tied up. That's why we didn't have, we didn't take quite a big position of mine. So again, if the 80 level is touched, targets again still will be at 84. Yeah, that has not changed until unless something has happened. Looking
Jesse,
elsewhere, silver again bounced off it. Yeah, still here.
I think I'm back. I'm back. Continue. Finish up, then I'll just continue. I think I'm okay now.
Okay. Okay, so silver again bounced off the 30 level. I think, yeah, even our analysis of is still here. So we were looking for such kind of an action where we kind of pull up, get to this kind of local resistance, pull back down again. What happened exactly is that we pulled down fast, came even below the support. Remember, we are stopped out for the first trade. First trade went quite well. After once we touched the 28 level, the 29 level, came up here, and then we got stopped out somewhere around here with the break of these lows with a trailing stop. So that trade was out of our portfolio. But then again, silver did the thing and bounced off this kind of support at 28, 29 level. But I did not get into this kind of push towards the upside because for me at the point that silver was breaking up, I think it was clearer for me on the gold side of things. That has also worked out quite well. So for silver again, no trades for quarter 3, but if we can come up, let me just show you what I'll be looking at. Although this is depends on quite few factors. I'm expecting that we'll come back to all-time highs again, bounce off those highs, and then looking for continuation to the upside. Fundamentally, the environment suits the commodities. We have seen from the Fed watch tool that confidence is growing on a rate cut this year. Yeah, so that is a bullish signal for commodities markets and also for Walter's favorite stocks, especially Nasdaq, which has been very dropping in the recent past. Both the Nasdaq, S&P, US30, all these guys are making all-time high. Yeah, so quite interesting the kind of environment we're operating. But you remember I pointed out something that guys buy the rumor and then sell the actual occurrence of the news. So if the rumor is present that we're going to be cutting rates by September, I guess. So guys are just pricing in that kind of rate cut, but I don't want to be buying when we actually get the rate cut because that is when guys will be taking their profits and also selling the rumor for that matter. So if you are considering buys based on the interest rate rumors, you better jump on those buys right now. But because when the rates eventually come, we might have a kind of sell-off. So just be careful about that. So I think Walter is back. Before I take it to the crypto bros who have been hard time.
Okay.
Also,
Oh,
Walter.
I.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm back. Good. Sorry about the technical issues. Anyway, there's a lot to talk about. I'm very excited. I have a couple of running trades, but since I think we are like 12 minutes to the open to the bell, I'd like to talk about first Nasdaq. If you remember, we had this trade on Nasdaq which went to fruition. So that's why you see my chart is very clear right now, and this is how it looked like. This was the setup here, and this was the trough low, trough high. This was the opportunity lying in there. So after breakout, price rest up to there. So I think I posted this. I think yesterday on my TL, and yeah, price ran to fruition. I took my profits the way it's supposed to be. Then yesterday we had a fake out. Allow me to trash this because it's already done. The line you see there, it's all time high, and I'll get to it. So I'll go down to the consolidation before Powell yesterday spoke, and I think I talked about a breakout which followed here, and I think I talked about this yesterday, but too bad it was yesterday was very volatile. It was very volatile. I took a trade here. I took my loss because it broke out and then came back. So I took a slight loss, 0.5. Definitely, you know me, but yeah, I'm still very padded since I think I'm up 4.8, but running 4.8 running, but the closed trades at 1 point something. So it's very exciting. A lot of things are happening right now in the market, and yeah. Okay, what I expect since this happened around the after the open. Actually, after the open, price was very weaky because I found out that Powell was testifying or was talking in front of the Senate. So what we expect, this was very it was very welcomed because when you see price start consolidate like this, it means that the chances of another setup to form are very high. So that's why I have my all-time high line here, and I expected price yes to go down to around there or lower if it was if given a chance. Then we see price again towards the close and early in the day going back up, trying to break that high, but it has not broken that high. Then am expecting price to 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 retrace back down so that it can give us a pivot here to complete the setup. Since we have point A, we have our B here, and then we have our C here. So we just want the setup to complete around here or lower. It can it can be movable so that we can have a very good breakout. But as for now, I know price is still running, but if we can have a counter trend line, here's the counter trend line. So uh, I'm not sure what will happen at the open, but I don't expect price to swoosh up and break the all-time highs for now. Yesterday's high per se, and then so that it can at least offer us a good entry and a good price action. But if it decides to go up, it's okay. But I don't have any running trades on Nasdaq, and I don't want to talk about US 30 and US 500. I want to go straight to the stocks I'm currently holding before the bell, and one of my recent favorites is Lam, and Lam is doing God's work. I think we talked about this the last time I was on stream, and then I took the trade. I took the trade on Monday, if you can remember, and then you can see prices. It's doing very good. It's doing very healthy, and then definitely you can see the price, the pre-market price is definitely above yesterday's close and above yesterday's high. So it's something very, it's a very hopeful trade. And then, goes to fruition. It's already broken a profit. My stop loss is in profits. Definitely, I'll update that on the other end. But I've already broken even, and I don't have any. It's a risk-free trade, right, as it is right now. So I want to go straight next to. Before I go to Netflix, I want to go to BlackRock. BlackRock had a very interesting setup, and we talked about it. Here's a setup on Monday. It's like a falling wedge, and here is a counter trend line here. And if you can remember, we were talking about we're talking. Let me start from the top. I'm sorry, guys. And we identified a daily setup where it broke out and then faked down. So it was a fake out and then went down and consolidated down, and then we took our trade from the consolidation down. So the consolidation back there, but down here was this falling wedge I was talking about. So what was different about this one? It broke out and then ranged for like a day. So it ranged on Monday and then Tuesday and Tuesday. No, it ranged the entire Monday, but it was at least trying to play. Price was playing above discount trend line high. So there was no cause for any alarm. Apart from this one, you can see that spike down, but it did. I was not stopped out. So yesterday, the bulls came in hot, and then if if we had to take this opportunity without looking at the higher time frame setup, it was to go to fruition to where the price closed yesterday. So here it is, and you can see the first this the lower time frame setup has already gone to fruition. But are we not taking advantage? Should we just wait and just stop there? No, I don't think so. Why? Because we already have a higher time frame setup. So what do I do? First, I break even. I take some profits. I've not yet done so. I want to do that at the open. But what what should follow? And this line was it was just maintained there so that I can show you the setup has gone fruition. So what I'll do, I'll just trash whatever is not needed on the chart. I just did that so that I can explain why my entry is there for anybody who has not been here, and anybody is here and was not here on Monday. So I'll just drop this one, and then this is the high after the fake out. So if you can remember on the daily, I'm sorry, that's the weekly. So on the daily, we expected price to be going towards the if let me just do it again with you guys. So that's the estimate of the opportunity inside the setup, and after the breakout, I'll I'll consider this as the first breakout here. Why? Because even though it is a fake out, the estimate should be from the where price broke out to that high, and the high is 874s. So I trashed this one, and since we already have the RR from down there, we are not taking any new trades, but a consolidation is expected. Why do I say that? I want to go back to the hour list so that I can show you how price moves, how the classicals move, and definitely after price goes to fruition, uh, we expect price to come back up. Uh, after that setup went to fruition, I expect a consolidation to ensue. So it went back up, has not broken the alter the high after the fake out, and I expect price at least to go lower and the retest the counter trend line so that we can go back up. So I know it that's how it looks right now, but it might be eating to my profits. But what I should what I'm prepared for after taking something off the table, I think we can allow price to keep on going up. Uh, I'm sorry. I think Jesse just dropped out and came back, and as he was sharing his screen, he interrupted us. So I expect price to go down and then come back up. If not, if price is very aggressive and it is very momentous, I think we should expect price to see a very bullish price action. But what we can see right now, we can see the pre-market price right now, it's trading below yesterday's close, and that's telling that we should expect something like a yeah, some gains to be dropped. Then I think I have 2 minutes left before the bell, and I want to switch to the other tab, to my other tab, so that we can be very prepared for the open. And here's Netflix. I think I talked about Netflix, and I think not. I think what I did, took a I took an entry, and a very good entry, but not a very good entry actually per se. What I did, after price retested that trend line, it went back up, making somewhat of a triangle, as you can see right now. And yesterday towards the close, I chose just to enter the trade because it was looking off the retest. So I took the trade. Uh, Towards the close, it was not doing very well, and still doing very ish. I'll just say ish. But as you can see, where my entry is, and where my stop loss is, if it be taken out, it will be just a zero point 0.5. But I think my portfolio right now is healthy enough to maintain this. So if price decides to go up and up, wait for that breakout, and then we'll enter another trade. But for now, price is still ranging down here. So next on, we go to Tesla. Tesla doing Lord's work. Nothing much to talk about because the market is back open, and I want to go to my other tab and try and okay. Before going on, I think I should talk about Meta. I took a Meta trade yesterday, and this is why we have a cup and handle which was broken yesterday. Not yesterday, I mean on Tuesday, and I didn't make to take the breakout. But what I did, no, it was actually on Monday. Monday broke out, but we didn't get. I didn't have the chance to get the trade in. But what happened? Price started consolidating yesterday, and I saw an opportunity. And this opportunity it is on the lower time frame, and I took my entry with the opportunity RRs. So if I go to the 15 minutes, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit very fast, so that I can at least be able to catch some trades and book some profits. I mean, and size my and if you don't mind, let me just size my portfolio right now. But uh, that's the trade I'm talking about. And Jesse, are you here? Jesse, Jesse. Don't know if Jesse is here. I wanted him to take over, but as you can see, we're doing very good. Jesse,
Yeah, still here, still
Jesse,
here,
kindly take over
still here, man.
for a while as I am
Yeah.
resizing my portfolio.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
we talked about the chip names. Remember semiconductors, and if you've not been living under a rock, you know that Nvidia has been making all kinds of waves, and got to 140. Last time we had the target at 140, it came back. We said that it was going to go below 120, we might have position in there. Like Unlucky for us, it didn't do that while you were on the desk. But you know what? We also said that we're going to be looking for other chip names to carry the year, quarter three, all the way to quarter four. And one of the options was advanced micro devices, or AMD, and also Micron technology. Now, Micron for me is most interesting because we are bouncing off a very interesting level, which is the 130 level, or the 130 or so towards 131. We currently bounced off the level today, opening 1.37 or 1.5% up on the day right now. And looks like it might be a bullish name for me because I'm expecting that we might be coming back to hit the 158 high or 157 high. So for me, this nice level of kind of resistance stand support for me. on the higher time frames is my trigger for me to find a bullish position on Micron technology. Sadly, I cannot get into the position on the stream because the stream uses the competition account. And for the competition account, I don't think I am offered the chance to trade Micron technology. So for that matter, I'll not be sharing the MT4 for the live execution of this trade. So I'll be executing it on my own long-term account. So for me, Micron is the name I want to go along with. That is when it comes to chip names. But also AMD is quite interesting. And AMD is quite interesting because it's been gathering the clouds. I think today we had news that it's acquired some kind of company in the UK. Again, operating within the chip space. So for me, again, these kind of acquisitions build some kind of investor confidence, and I'm expecting that AMD is one of those names which, alongside Micron and Nvidia, will take up much of quarter two and quarter three and quarter four. That is in relation to Nasdaq names. So for me, again, if I was given the choice between AMD and Micron, technically I will go for Micron because it's held support. It's held support quite well, and now we see the bounce. Currently, it's and as I'm talking, it's doing all kind of things. The last time I talked about it was 1.5%. Right now, it's doing 2.3%. So again, what I joked that we were joking that these things they listen to my voice each and every time you're here and see what is happening now today. So there we go. We are around 2.3% today. So yeah, might be looking for an intraday execution on Micron technology because technically for me these are very strong names, and because I'm expecting cheap names to carry the year, I have the options of either exposing myself to Nvidia or AMD or Micron, and for me Micron looks like better placed for me to go bullish on the name. So right now we are currently playing around with yesterday's high. I'm guessing, yeah, yesterday's high. We just came up to that point, yesterday's high. And if you're breaking yesterday's high, then I'm looking for longs and Micron technology. But now I'm expecting because it's the first few minutes of market open, so maybe give it around first close of 15, maybe towards the close of the 30, but I can look for an active position or a bullish position on Micron. So again, just to reiterate, Micron for me is along at these levels, and I'm looking for targets of the immediate target is of course 137, but long term I'm expecting that this name might come up and play around with the ATH, which is at 157. Yeah, so immediate targets for the long will be at 137, and then following that, because 137 is interesting because you remember that that is the current kind of resistance that we have. So if we're going to be pushing up on the name, then I'm expecting that we may have some kind of interaction with 139, maybe get some kind of pullback given its significant resistance level, and then find our way upside. It's very clean on the left. Well, I talk about this all the time. So for me, this kind of action here, if you are to break 139 and get rid of all this noise around here, and then for me, I think getting to 80H will be quite possible and within the two quarters that we have. Most likely, quarter three will show us things because if I get all these rumors about the Fed cut, then I'm expecting the markets to rally. And if the markets are rallying, then cheap names are the way to go. And I think for me, Micron is at a discount right now, and I'm expecting that getting to 80H will not be so hard. So Nvidia for me is too far gone. I have to say this. Nvidia for me at this price range is too far gone. I think we're at 130 the last time I checked. So we are up, I think, 1.3% on the day. And I remember the target was 140, go to that, came back down here. So I was expecting a larger pullback on Nvidia. That did happen. By larger pullback, I mean this. I was expecting that once we go to 119, maybe dip lower than this, maybe to trigger some fragile sellers into thinking that Nvidia was crumbling down, but we didn't quite pull back below 119. We held 119. Second time of asking, we came here to 118 also. We came to 119 again, and then bounced off 119. So for me, I was expecting much lower prices than 119. That didn't happen. But yeah, pushed up and broke 127, now all the way to 134. So for me, this is not a very nice area to be going long, at least for the short term. But on the long term, that is up for debate because again, chip names are also expected to go higher during the year, and therefore maybe for taking a larger outlook, Nvidia seems like a good name. But currently, as we are playing with 132, I don't think I'm interested in a short-term trade on Nvidia. And talking of that, opened higher but now pulling back. Sorry, now pulling back. I think going to the lower time frames, you can see the pullback right there. Opened higher. It was trading higher. It was trading above 134 during pre-market, but now it's tank nation for Nvidia. But again, this is just the opening prices. Still yes to close the 15. I think we are around 5 minutes towards the close of the first 15 minutes. Then from there we can kind of look for opportunities. Again, don't mind going for deep buys on Nvidia today, but it has to come back and show me that it has strength today to rise above 134. If that doesn't happen, then I'm sitting this one out and at least focusing on Micron for the moment. Micron again is coming back to a level that interests me quite a lot. Again, opened higher, but now we're interacting with this kind of support here, which I'm expecting that 132, if 132 holds, then I will see that this name has some upside to it, and I'll be looking for targets of 136. I don't know what you have on your side, Walter. Did you get into a trade yet, or did
Yeah.
you close
Okay.
partials?
What was happening? Actually, let me just go back to my screen and show you guys what was happening. And I did a mistake yesterday, a clerical error, normal errors in trading. So instead of taking a 0.5% position on Meta, I took a 1%. So I know somebody else will be like, "Hi, that can make you rush like that." Anyway, I really like to be in between my comfortable area of risk, my risk in between my risk tolerance. So what I did, I was just when it went above. When it went above my entry point, I had to take my partials, even if it was not into profits, too deep into profits. But I had to relieve it because I can see prices trying to dance a little bit. So what I want us to do, I want us to take a trade. I want us to take to book a trade on n. I'm sorry. Nice. What is happening here? I don't know what's happening. I want to show you my other screen, and let me share it. Here we are. I wanted to, as you can see, we are 5.8 and going. Yeah. Anyway, I'm very excited about these trades. This month is, hey, mwezi bwana. I'll be untouchable. Anyway, I want us to go to US 100. I want to go to Nasdaq, and I want to take a trade. Why a trade? Because I noticed Nasdaq is, like I said before, and let me maximize this screen so that let me take you back first to let me take you back to trading view. I show you why I want to enter this trade. I want to enter this trade because of this, and I want to enter this trade because I've noticed price is trying to retrace back up. As I told you, I was expecting price first to tank down to retrace, and it has done this. It has done that. So I want us to book some trades here, so that if price comes and break out to the north, we have something to take care of, and we have some opportunity to profit off this. So we're going back to another screen. Jesse, I'm very excited, boy.
Yes.
My portfolio is doing
Tell us.
very nice,
Ah,
very nice.
nice.
So that's my counter trend line, definitely. So the way we do it, we estimate the trough low, trough high. I'm sorry, trough low, trough high, and I'll take my star here. That's the low. The low here is 20, 24, 4, 5. I'm sorry, 24,559, and then my high is at 20 2572.1. So uh, I want to take the difference and estimate the height of my opportunity. So it will be 2572.1. And you can see down there, my portfolio is just up. I'll just show it to you, Vileiko. It is running 2455.9. So I expect 116. So my entry will be at 20 2573. I'm sorry, I'm writing actually. So it's 2573.7. So, and I want to add that to 2573.7 plus 116. Let me just take 115. So what I'll do, I'll just take my position size calculator, slap it on here, and estimate these prices aggressively coming back up. So I don't know what is happening. Okay, there we go. And I have my positions here. I don't know what has happened. And I'm taking 20, my entry, my longs at 2573.7. Then we have my out at 2688.7. And my stop loss, I think I should pull it up because it's not here. 2526. And let me show you the lines. This is the lines. And then we estimate and to see how we are faring. So this is how we are faring. And I just want a 2. 1:2. I don't want much. So 1:2, it means my stop loss will be pulled down a little. Let me just take there. And there, 2.1, 2.16. I'm not a greedy guy. So you can see the blue line is my entry. And let me just take this trade because we have 0.9. And I know you can see this other interface right now, 0.95. And my entry point at the execution, and it's a buy stop. It will be 2573.7. And I'll just take that position first, successful. And let me adjust the I've just taken the position because I've just seen price going up. And I want to modify this trade. And for modification purposes, I want to enter the stop loss and the take profit. So don't mind me. And here it goes. My stop loss is at 20. Wow. It was 0.5. Hey, I could have made the same mistake as I did yesterday night. But 2688.70. That's my modified trade. And as you can see, the position is not yet up. And I've slapped it there. So if you're wondering how my portfolio is doing right now, those are my trades. That's my lamb trade, which is going down. BlackRock is seriously bullish. And I have 2 trades of Tesla doing very well. I have my Meta down. I think I've just been stopped out of Netflix, but it's okay because it's just a 0.5 and a very healthy portfolio. So, Jesse, if you don't mind, you can take over as you can take over
How do you just?
before I go back. I
How do you just?
continue.
Why do you just? Why do you just mention Tesla without gloating about it? I know the trade has been doing quite well.
I want to talk. Yes, I will gloat about it. You just wait. Staki mboeke na mimi. Anyway, do you want to take over for a minute before I analyze upper 1, 2 things? But that's the
Um, uh,
Netflix trade. I've just been stopped out.
I think we're waiting for
Go
Powell
on, go on.
at 5.
Okay.
We are waiting for Powell
That's
at
why it's
8.
very, yeah. I think 13 minutes too. And I think that's why price is very weakish. And since we
Yes.
have to trash this,
True.
since we have to clear our charts, we'll just clear and I'll do this and I will re-update my positions if I plan to go back in. But what looks very evident right now, the setup has changed, and it right now it's somewhat of a channel, a flag, a fish. So very confident. Nothing out of the blues is happening because that was just it was dipping the toe, and hey, when you're dipping the toe, it's either you win big or you just lose whatever you had planned for losing. So the dip toe, it's how it is looking like, and so somehow morphing to a flaggish. So I'll just remove this because the counter trend line is set. But yeah, Jesse, what are you seeing on your? What are you looking at on your end?
Looking at uh, the running trade on gold, I think I just closed it because we got to a TP. So I just did that manually
Okay,
because I just off a few cents. So closed it manually. Again, I'm expecting volatility today. We have both on oil and gold. Remember that on today we get the crude oil inventories. And last time we were here, we were talking about how demand will be increasing. And so I'm expecting that the retailers or the institutions will be piling up some inventories when it comes to oil. So for the moment, we are kind of seeing again that dip in oil. I think today I was touching on this and it was up. It was rejecting that 81, but now we are back to that 81. This is why I said that I was not going to be going long at 81. I'm expecting volatility today. I think inventories will be coming in at around 5:30. So once 5:30 comes, that is when I'll be looking for opportunities on oil. But again, it has to come back to my 80 level. If it's not at the 80 level, I will not have so much conviction of that trade. So therefore, let's just wait for the inventories to come in so that we can see if we can at least touch that 80 level. If you're touching the 80 level, I'll be interested in oil at these levels because we have tested this level once, twice, thrice, and held it. Then came to 84, which was our immediate target, and then we are having this kind of retracement downwards. And if the retracement is so rife, then yeah, we're waiting for the 80 level. 80 level for me will be a buy region. So depending on the PA again, if you're breaking below it, then I must wait for it to come back again and break above. But for me, fundamentally, I'm quite bullish on the name. The name I was talking about, I think I was talking about Micron. I hesitated a bit because I said I was waiting for the first 15 to close. The first 15 closed green and crucially above 132 point, oh, sorry, 133 level, which I think I was waiting for strength to show up at 133. Right now, just on the second 15 candle came to 133, bounced off. So this signifies to me that whatever I was looking for, the strength I was looking for at 133 is there within this name. And therefore, my confidence is only growing that we might be coming to break today's high, which again was at 134. But quite significantly, that is also the region where we closed off yesterday. So maybe see what happens at 134 first before making my final decision. But for me, very small position on Micron. Like I said, like what happened before with oil, I like to segment my trades based on the confidence level I have. So if I have quite weak confidence in the name, then take a very micro trade on the name, waiting for whatever I'm looking for as my final conclusion, which is number one, the break of today's high, and then see what happens when you're interacting with yesterday's close. Sorry, yesterday's highs because I'm expecting some kind of action when you get to yesterday's highs. So again, small position because number one, the confidence in the strength of 133 has been shown with the name. Right now, bouncing off that 133 that we talked about. quite considerably. So again, small confidence in this name going up, but the majority of the confidence or the larger conviction will come once we break today's high and then play around with yesterday's highs and see the kind of direction we're going to have. So for now, just a small position on Micron, nothing much to talk about. AMD, I said that I was not preferring AMD, but looks like we just broke resistance significantly up about 3% or so in the day. And yeah, not showing any signs of slowing down. So maybe cheap names will be landing on moon quite soon. And yeah, so AMD, I think I went with the wrong stock today. I went with Micron, but yet to be proven wrong on that. Again, small position stops below. Stops are below this kind of consolidation or this kind of support. And this kind of support is very significant if you look at it. Just look at that price action once and around this kind of support, this support region. Came down to 127, rejected heavily, pushed up towards 137, and then pulled back down again. And then support held because we only had one close below that. Yeah, right now we're pushing up on the higher time frames, and we're expecting that long term again. Like I said, immediate targets, of course, 137. See what we do with this kind of noise here, and then if we are able to get rid of all this noise, then it's up and to the all-time high. That is 157 for me. So for now, everything else for the chip names. Tesla. I've not talked about Tesla for a while since we booked profits at our target at 200 level. But you know what? Maybe we are out too early. Tesla. Walter had talked about holding this stock for the long term. But once I set my targets at 200, that's what I take. That's why I take my profits. Sadly, I did not leave some for the dream. But yeah, happily took my target at 200, and then we had this kind of trend line here. Got to it. I was expecting some kind of reaction to it, but you know what? Tesla said, "Hold my beer," and has been spiking up since then. So yeah, I think yeah, that's about that. And going back to the Russell, remember the Russell? I was expecting some kind of reaction on the some kind of selling momentum to kick in. And you know what? We have seen that kind of momentum happen right now. But for me, this counts as consolidation. This counts as some kind of consolidation, a sideways market. I'm talking about this kind of range here. This kind of range here is consolidation in my books, and I'm expecting maybe to be more accurate at that level. So I'm expecting that any reaction of this consolidation will be quite decisive. And you remember that by extension, this kind of zone has been sideways for quite a while. So I think since we started talking about it on the stream, it's been quite sideways. So maybe just everyone just unsure or uncertain of the future in regards to interest rates, which affect these small caps, which make up the Russell. For now, today, opening up right now, currently opening up on the day around it. I think it was around 1.1.5%. Right now, pulling back down towards almost flat at 0.19%. So the Russell for me, a bit of indecision going in. So no active positions on this name. Sorry, on the index. We should have one of these crypto bros come to talk to us on these days. I think we have some in our contacts, and we'll be asking for their
Soon,
opinions on
soon,
what is
soon.
currently, yeah, on this market because it seems to be dipping ever since we got to ATH at 72,000 or so, 72 towards 74, that range. Since then, I think we had this kind of support here, which we tested, and then it held for some time, but eventually we broke down from support. Right now, support has turned into resistance, and we are seeing some kind of resistance towards that. So do we push even lower? Because I'm expecting that it's you know if this were a gold chart, let me just analyze it as a gold chart. If this was a gold chart and we just broke down support and then had some kind of rejection of that break, and then you're coming back, now support has turned into resistance, and then we're seeing such kind of action where you're actually rejecting previous support and now current resistance, then my eye will be targets of down here below at 47,000. But again, this is not a gold chart. This is a BTC, and I'm not very huge crypto trader. Therefore, no trades for me on BTC. But reading from this kind of price action, then crypto bros should be wearing some adult diapers because we might be heading down towards 47,000 for the meantime. That is just my reading of the charts, my interpretation of price and how price is acting around this kind of areas. So for now, crypto bros, one of you guys would come out and tell us what you are really experiencing and what is happening to this asset for now. So yeah, that is my outlook. I don't know what are you looking at the moment before I figure out what I'm going to do with my coin.
I'm looking at a lot, and let me show you guys what I'm looking at. Today I've been very brief on the way I've been looking at charts. I think it's because you've come here late, and the position has been triggered on Nasdaq, and I won't talk about it anymore because I expect huge volatility once Powell starts speaking, just like yesterday. So definitely you can see the dancing, up down, up down, up down. So I won't talk about it. I'll just go straight to. Sorry, I want to go straight to Lam. Lam went up. It was very healthy at some point. Then let me just trash this because we already have our entry and our TP. So here goes our entry. Let me just type this in. And I want us to talk about a stock called, I want a banking stock. And today's banking stock will be JP Morgan. So JP Chase and Morgan has been we expect earnings come Friday, so it has been setting up for the moon, and here is the moon I'm talking about. This is a setup which is actually it is just morphing right now. I don't want to say much about it, but I'm just expecting price just to break up if this is the last point D. So what I'll do, I'll just first trash this and we maintain that counter trend line. So this is a counter trend line I'm talking about, and then we just see where point D will be, and then we'll come back here, analyze, and look at our position and place it on the other side. So after that, you said today I've not talked about Tesla, and I really should. And Tesla, bana, should I continue talking about this stock coin because it's really
Please
doing
do,
good?
please.
So this is a weekly setup. This is a weekly setup. Let me first see. Even I don't even close my watch list so that you guys can see well. So that's the ABCD on my end. So breakout. We had a very huge breakout the other day, and then now you can see price ranging and ranging. These are my two positions held. I have a break-even point here at the average, so it's around 250, 246 actually. It's not around; it's at 246. So I'm still expecting price to be very bullish, but today, Mr. Man is talking, and everybody is tensing. But I'm expecting this. I'm expecting the weekly setup to go to fruition at 445. So there's a lot of upside to that, and every consolidation you treat it as an entry point. So buy all the dips from management. Yeah, I don't want to stay up, sir. That is from management. So this is Google. Google is still in consolidation phase. Nothing much has happened because if we take this as point A, the highest point on of the in the chart, I think it's only fair if we go to the lower time frame so that we can see this our point A, this our point B, and we're currently waiting to see if this is the actual point C so that we can the setup can consolidate completely and give us something to talk about. But right now, it's consolidating and it's something very good. Anyway, we go on, and Apple has decided not to stop. It is going and going and going. Actually, what something about Apple? Apple is now it is now reigning supreme, and it is the most capitalized stock in the world. So it went above Microsoft yesterday. So hey, something to talk about. People are buying Apple in droves. So yeah, be aware, beware, beware. So I want to talk about Microsoft. So Microsoft, Softy, Softy had this setup, and this setup on the daily was going to fruition to 470s, and shy of 470s, just 468, it went back down, consolidating. So if I had a running trade, I could have been booked. I could have booked my profits right now. But what something good which is happening right now, it's in consolidation mode on the hourly. So we expect what the usual, we expect price. Yes, price went up, back down, now it's trying to go up, and then the normal consolidation, we break out, we take our positions here, and go and go and go. So that's what I'm waiting for, and I don't want to talk about that anymore. And this is a stock that is giving the fin tweet guys a lot of sleepless nights because of how weak it is. So this has been happening since Monday. You buy, it ranges, goes back down, goes back up. So it has been on a sideways motion, a very weaky sideways motion, not the ordinary one that you have a constant support and you have a constant resistance. So a lot is happening, and you just wait and see. I earlier, earlier, I think towards the close on Monday, I took a trade and I got stopped out of Amazon, and here it is. I took this cup and handle. I bought, went back in, and I said, no, I'm not. I won't stay there and see my positions getting chopped and chopped and chopped. So I'm not going back in until I see some worthwhile price action. So I want to talk about chip names. I know Jesse has talked about chip names, but I want you to see on my end the way I'm looking at them. So, and I think I talked about this on Monday, and Jesse is, I think Jesse is early, and yeah, you can be early. Let me not talk about that a lot, but enjoy the criticism. Come here, Jesse. Come take your whips. So here's a here's the consolidation I'm expecting. I expect price to around here. If it decides to go back down from here, that's fine. If it decides it want to go up a little, then come back down, it's okay. But around here, I'll just put it up there. But no, it's a zone. It's not an actual price. So I expect price to go back down so that it can complete the 4-hour consolidation, because we are consolidating where on the 4-hour. So it comes back down, and then we see a breakout. But it is quite different on the as compared to the others. So kindly allow me to go to the other chip names, and the other chip names, I'll start from Qualcomm. So Qualcomm is still doing the same. They have actually almost similar price action right now, and Qualcomm is still very shy. And I really think it still have some gaining to do before it continues consolidating down. But right now, nothing is happening. But I expect some higher and higher price action. Uh, I don't know how it's quite slow, unlike Qualcomm, the way Qualcomm the Qualcomm I'm used to. So I think people are not buying into Qualcomm. I mean, investors are not really considering Qualcomm as opposed to the others. And by the others, I think Nvidia has very good volume, and Qualcomm kind of shy at least. But let's go see how the other chip names are faring. And here's Broadcom. Broadcom is doing the same. Actually, Broadcom was ahead of Nvidia on Monday, and as you can see right now, it ranged yesterday quite evidently, and meaning that we might be going down before we come back again. So I'm really welcoming that retracement back down at least. down here before we go back up. So if anything, for 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 Broadcom and Nvidia, even if I want to see some up if I really want to see some upward action, I'm really welcoming some sell off before we see a very good upward action. So SMIC, I'll just say the same because it's here and you can see it. Price action looks the same, but if you can remember, we still have this setup here on the daily, and it's yet to break out. So for SMIC, for SMCI, we just wait for a breakout instead of waiting for the lower time frame to see if we can get an early entry. So I'll talk about TSM. TSM is very bullish, quite bullish, unlike the rest. So TSM, this was the obvious. This is what is happening on the others, and I want to show it to you. It went up now here, and I think the others are here, but as you can see, the bulls of TSM are not playing around. It already broke the all-time high, and it is going and going and going. So what you just want to see on TSM, if you want to see the consolidation, if you want to take advantage of it, you just need to go to the lower time frame. I think the hourly will suffice, or better yet, you can go to the 15 minutes where we can see the consolidation actually happening the way it should be happening. Okay, so what I expect here on the lower time frame, I expect this consolidation to continue consolidating before we can see a very good breakout. So that's what I'm expecting here. So I'll leave it at that. And AMD, I told you, and I tweeted this I think the first day of the month, and I said if there is a chip name to watch come this year, come this quarter, is AMD. Why? AMD had this continuation triangle here, which broke out really well, and ran to fruition around here yesterday. Actually, reached to fruition, and then price is still very bullish today. So if we can go back and go to the daily and see what is trying consolidating on the daily and the weekly. So we expect price to still race up, but we expect it will be flashing down come towards the end of this quarter, so that we can complete the consolidation on the weekly and daily time frame, so that we can see some good upside action. So I know it has been flashing the entire of a good part of last quarter. It has been flashing actually since March. It has been flashing, but it was consolidating towards this after printing somewhat of a head and shoulder here. Price has been consolidating above that neckline, and we can see now prices really wants to do something. I'm sorry. And if you can remember, last time I was talking about this, and I said, yes, I saw this continuation setup, but it was too early to take that setup. And since it has already, we've already seen bulls have decided to go up and up and up. Any consolidation which happens above here, we are very ready to play it before we expect some sell off towards the end of the quarter, or any time. It's price action. I don't know what will happen. So I want to see what Jesse is doing here at Micron, and Micron is still in the same boat with the other chip names, but it is the laggard of the chip names right now. It is not doing anything. It is still down there as the rest are still trying to go back up, consolidate on the higher time frames. It is still consolidating on the lower time frames. Why? I don't know. And I think it's all happening after the earnings report last week. I think it was last week, but on the last week of last quarter. So what we expect here, I can see a consolidation here lower. So I am still expecting price to go higher, but we cannot dismiss this. We can see a range here, but I'm still expecting price to go higher and mirror the rest of the chip names. So here is Intel. Uh, Intel broke out of the out of the consolidation, which was, I think, 2 months, 3 months long consolidation, which was down here, and we can see Micron doing the same. What Nani has been doing, what Intel has been doing the last 2 3 months. So, but it has broken back up, and what do we know? Will we see that consolidation? Will we see price going high and breaking this point on the weekly? We just wait and see. But it's not my favorite ticker. But I'm just looking at whatever the Nini are doing, whatever the techies are doing, and that's the chip names. And I want to go back up and look at my Nasdaq trade, which is doing really well. Not that well, but it's doing considerably well. And the Meta is doing extremely well. Oh my God. Oh, bariki wengine bwana. Hey, jamani. Hey, uh, are you still there, Jesse? Jesse, are you there? Anyway, this is how it looks like. I know it is very volatile right now, but Nasdaq has decided to go up and up and up. So who are we to say no? You just needed to have a position and be ready to take it and take the opportunity when it occurs. And here is the meta trade. The meta trade is doing God's work, just like we ordered it. And right now we are doing very well above that triangle on the 15 minutes. And I don't want to go past there before Jesse gives us one or two things he has been looking at while we are talking here endlessly. And just let me go and yeah, admire my portfolio because I know it is doing very nice. Jesse, take over. Asitumi bwana. Situmi. Watu wajitumia, wajue kutrade.
Anyway, just looking at yeah, you talked about Micron and you said it's consolidating on the lower time frames, but for me,
on the higher.
This is what I'm looking. Yeah, okay. So this is what I'm looking at.
Okay, let me finish my train of thought. It should be consolidating on the higher time frame, but right now it's ranging on the lower time frame. I don't think this is normal our technical terms, but I think we mean the same thing. But yes, it is not my favorite right now.
True. But for me, I think it's in my favorite position. It's in a very nice kind of buy area for me because number one, as much as I'm expecting chip names to be going up, it's held this kind of support quite well for me, in my opinion. Now, if I can just really adjust this support, because this support is sitting around here. It's held, and I'm taking this kind of price points for that. I'm taking this kind of price point here, taking this kind of rejection here, and then this kind of action here. So this is why, and here this informs my positioning of that support. So looking at that, my reading on that is that we are holding support quite well, and
sure.
We're holding support quite well. And if we can continue holding that kind of support, then for me, the sky is very clear for me that we can come up here and make 157 quite easy. So kind of the strength that we have shown in and around 130 for me is a confidence booster. But the real confidence will come in once you break 136, because 136 is where the action is expected to happen. We came here to 137, first of all, and then rejected. And then right now we are trying to come back and try our chances with the 137 level. So for me, this is where I'm looking at as the kind of place where you might expect some kind of price action in this manner, if this thing can just load up. Oh, it's not doing the thing.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, that is the kind of action. Yeah, I think something is. You're back again. So this kind of action where we come touch 137 or 138. 137 is a region, yeah. So around 137 to 139 there. Come back down again, maybe to retest these areas, and then you can
price can go back up.
in AMD over the likes of
Jesse, are you still there? Or should I go back here and talk about my misfortunes? Jesse? So, guys, I think Jesse has just dropped. I don't know what has happened. Connection issues. But what am I looking at? I was too excited about Nasdaq, and now it's back down. And yeah, just below the counter trend line, our counter trend line. So I'll just take over. So Nasdaq is still playing around, and definitely expected because Powell was speaking. So he's speaking actually right now. I don't know what he's saying, but I'm still very bullish on this stock. I mean on this index because I don't think people will just fade off this guy and then we just go on and go on being very bullish because nobody's trying to. People are just ignoring the high interest rates and just buying because I think that stocks kidogo look like the safe haven. It is quite wrong to say stocks are the safe haven right now, but it seems investors have the money to do this because they are not aggressively buying the gold and whatnot. So I'll just go talk about Meta at least. Meta is doing well, and if not, let's go talk about the JP Morgan and see what JP Morgan is doing. And JP Morgan looks like it has found the point D I was talking about earlier. So let me expand this so I maximize this so that you can see. And this is what we're looking at. And let me just use the triangle setup, the one which you have been provided for by TradingView. And this is what you can see right now. And what we expect price to be breaking out around there, if I'm not wrong. So it's the 209s. So we'll first analyze here. We just try and book our position in quotes here, and then we will go back. We'll go back and see what he's trying to do. We will go back to the MT5 and actually place that pending order. And price is going up there. That's the estimate, and we expect price to at least go to the 215s and the 214s area. So wow, Nasdaq is back down and down and down and taking no prisoners, including me. Anyway, this is the entry. Good thing we have a stop loss and ifanye kazi yake, but the portfolio is doing quite well. We should not be tissued to see tissue. Anyway, I'll take I think a 2.5 to I'll just take a 1:2. Don't want to be greedy. 1:2.118. That's okay. That's okay. I think that's enough. And if we have to take this trade, we should go back to the other side. Let me go and see. And here's JP Morgan. Oh, I'm sorry, I've not put you up on this other screen. And this is what I'm looking at. And it's on the hourly time frame. And being on the hourly, I think better yet you can see it on the 30 minutes time frame. It's quite clear as compared. So there goes my trend line. And first things first, we estimate the height of that opportunity. So here it goes. This is the height of the opportunity. You come from down here. And Jesse has just told me to occupy KPLC. So it is that bad. 204, 204.57. That's the trough low. And the trough high comes in at 209. 209.82. So I'll just take the difference. Here goes the difference. Here goes the difference. 209.82, 209.82 minus 204.57, and we expect an opportunity of 5.25. So if I want to see any breakout, I want to see any breakout around the 209s. So I'll take it at, to be considerate enough, 29.49. So 29.49, 29.49, 29.49 as the breakout point, and then 5 plus 209, 5.25 plus 209.49. So I expect this my entry, and this my TP at 214.74. So we soldier on. It's a pending position, and my entry will be at 209.49, 209.49, and then we expect my out. My out will be at 214.74. Okay, and that's how it looks like. And I want to do a position of 2. There is enough. 2.15, as you can see here. And if I'm doing anything else, I was to reduce my risk to 0.5 per trade. So there it goes. And here we are, taking my new order. And my new order, which you cannot see from your end, is 0.2. And it's a pending position, pending order, a buy stop, where my entry is at 209.49, and my stop loss is at 207.05, and my take profit is at 214.74. So there we go. You've had it, I've had it, and that's my position. As you can see my entry there, you can see my exit and my TP on the other end. So where do we go? We go back to our trading view, and I replace the screen towards this other side, and see what is happening. And Nasdaq is still down. Let's see how down. To Sitishu. Anyway, it's back up above my entry, still flirting with my entry, but yeah, I'm still expecting it to be very bullish. I know yesterday it flashed off, but will you see the same flash today? I highly doubt, because you have a setup. Anyway, if you have a setup, confidently take it. Don't usiogope, unatisho na nini. Anyway, what should we look at next? We should look at the health of the others, and how healthy are these. We can see Lam is ish healthy, and here's BlackRock, very healthy. This is the most healthy stock which is running today. The most healthy stock is BlackRock, doing the Lord's work. And if we can go back on the daily, you can see it is trading above the fake out which happened sometimes last week. Oh my god, this is what I subscribed for. Anyway, this is stocks for you, and enjoy, man. You guys, if you don't trade stocks, this is the right time to trade stocks. Delivery, very good delivery. What should I say? Let me not talk much, and go and look at JP Morgan, still doing the same. I think we have already placed a position there, a pending order, and what you can just do is pray and wait for it to go back up. Tesla, both my positions are doing well, although we are down for the day. We are down, I think 0.7 down, but positions are very healthy, very top, above there. We just wait for it to race back up. Meta still doing that mambo jumbo, and retracing back down, giving back some gains from the last 15 minutes, which got me very excited. But we are not talking about that anymore. I think we have already seen how the Mag 7s are behaving. We have seen how the chip names are behaving, and I think next we can look at the rest of the banking stocks. And the banking stocks, this is what GS has to offer. GS means Goldman Sachs. And for Goldman, if you can remember the setup which we had identified last week, and which is really doing well, but very volatile because it came back in at the open. I will show it to you momentarily. So this is happening right now, and that's on the hourly. It broke down. It broke up, tested retested the trend line, the counter trend line, back up, retested the counter trend line again. That's a red flag, man, for me. Anyway, now back up yesterday, and now it is coming back down. And right now it is playing at the imbalance. We can see this imbalance, the top imbalance here. And for imbalance, if you don't know what's an imbalance, this is an imbalance here, and we have another imbalance down here. So will it pivot from there? I don't know. But what do we expect? We just expect price to go up. And if we're expecting price to go up, where do we see us taking the TP? Here's a TP. Let me show it to you. That's the height of the trade. And if you're taking any TPs, if you're waiting for price to go to fruition on the 4 hour for the 4-hour setup, we expect price to race up to the 482s. So the 480s, it's quite close to there. Yesterday it was close, so we just wait. But I really think it will race up. It will race back up. But I really hope this consolidation could have given us a very good entry. It was not a consolidation which offered us a counter trend line to play it on the way back up. So anyway, going next to Bank of America. Bank of America, we took a very good trade yesterday. Actually, the trade of the week, trade of the day yesterday. So this is the trade of the day of yesterday, and down, up, down. I think I posted this, and we saw it go to fruition. Very exciting trade. Unlike our last month's, you remember I had a trade for Trade of America Bank of America last month, and it took me out at break even. So this went to fruition within the day. That tells you something else, because come Friday we have earnings. I think of Bank of America too, if I'm not wrong. Let me just check on that, because the earnings season is here, and I think even today we are having we expecting earnings. And what do I expect here? Earnings, the earning whisper, and this is what we expect. We expect Citibank, Wells Fargo, and JP Morgan. So I think that will be next week. Next week we'll be seeing some more of bank stocks. We'll see some more of bank stocks announcing their earnings. So here you go. This is the Nasdaq, still playing around the entry point, but still very hopeful it will be going back up. So what are we looking at next? We're looking at what should we look at next? We look at Citibank, and Citi was very bullish yesterday. I think it was very bullish yesterday, as you can see. And right now back down a little bit, giving back some gains, and then very bullish, no consolidation yet to give us any entries. And here we have Adobe. Adobe is going down, and I think I identified something of Adobe, I think yesterday, without you guys, because yesterday KPLC, it was my day for KPLC to decide to disrupt me. But as we can see a very good consolidation, slightly looking like a flag downwards, and we expect price to go back up. If it beats this counter trend line, we expect some more bullish action. So what are we? What are we doing? We just wait. And I think before I go on, we want to see what the crypto stocks are doing. And this is what cryptos are doing. Cryptos are ranging down there. Down there, we have been adjusting this point D for the longest time possible. We are just adjusting down, down, and down and down. So there you go. Nothing much to talk about, but we expect some rejection here. We expect price to go back up, but it is not fair to just talk about Qualcomm without talking about BTC. And you can see BTC really struggling to go back up. It has been flashing and flashing and flashing. So nothing to smile about on the BTC end. And I don't want to talk much about it, but it is red for the day. And yeah, it's red for the day. And you can see Nasdaq is down and down and down. And some someone here is worried a little bit. And the person who is worried is me. And to Sitishwe, since the setup is there, you just wait for it to play out. If you get a loss, well and good. If you make a profit, well and good. But whenever we see an opportunity, we take it boldly. And that's what we have done. So everything well calculated, nothing to worry about. But definitely, if you see a red stock, you have to be, you're only human to get worried. But I'm still expecting a very good upside for the day. So another something else to worry me is Tesla. Tesla is really flashing more than 1% for the day, and I am worried a little because it's Tesla. And yes, I expected a consolidation, but uh, if it goes up, if it goes back up, definitely even the Nasdaq will pick up some momentum. So uh, we still portfolio is still very healthy. Nothing to worry about on that end. So what are we looking at next? We're looking at the booking. This company called Booking. So this is a company called Booking. I think I had identified this. No, I hadn't. But we can see a very good counter trend line here, and I'm ready to take this trade if it goes above this counter trend line. So what will I do? I'll just go to my MT4 and take advantage of this because this is a very good consolidation, and the consolidation screams uh, a triangle. So go back up and want to switch to my other screen. I will replace with this one and continue talking to you guys without Jesse. So that is JP Morgan, and here is Booking. There goes Booking, and we go to the hourly because it's an hourly trade. It's an hourly setup. So I hide these lines and then slap what we call a counter trend line. There we go. That's the counter trend line, and we estimate the height of the opportunity. Kama kawaida, kama kawa, kama dawa. Anyway, trough low, trough high, so that we cannot forget. This is 0.5. Okay, we take this. That is a trough low of 3,889.22. I hope you can see it from your end. Go up here, do the same. That is 426.07. And we find the difference of the two. We estimate the height of the opportunity 4026.07 minus 3889.22. So the opportunity lies there is 136.85, and we expect a breakout right around here-ish. So I'll just take it from here. It's an estimate, a pure estimate. So that qualifies for 4,000. 4,008.86 ish. So we add the 4,008.86 as to the 136.85. So our TP is expected at 414571. Let's do this on this other end. It's a pending order, definitely. So it's a long position, always a long position. I've never sold stocks. So it's 4,008.86. And I have my out at 41.45. 41.45.71. And if I have to make any, let me show you. Nice. So I'll just take a 1:2. So you go down. That's too low. Yeah, that's my. There goes my position. You can see the blue line, my entry, take profit, my exit down here. So what will we do? We book this trade. We book this trade. It's a 0.01. 01. And then it's a pending order for a buy stop. And my entry price is at 4008.86. I'm sorry. And 3941.48. And my take profit at 4145.71. And we place this and expect for it to, when price decides to come back up, we'll get booked. As for now, we just wait. So what is happening on the other side? And we have to go back there because it is looking not really well. Because I know the volatility definitely expected from definitely from Nasdaq. Nasdaq is flashing, but coming back down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's really doing a mumbo jumbo there, and yeah, just wait. It will just do its thing, and we can look at Lam. Lam is, I think, Lam is back up and doing the Lord's work. Lam is attempting to print another high of the day, so HOD for that. And next one we have BlackRock. BlackRock still the favorite of the day because it's up 0.447 without. Actually, we don't have we have not seen any red on BlackRock today, but it is a very hopeful trade. And we can look at Meta. We're just checking on health of the others as we go on, because that's the way it's supposed to be managing when you're going on, managing as you advance. So that's how it looks like. And we can look at the we can look at what is happening on the Mag 7 side, and the rest of the Mag 7s are trying to tell us something. And here we are, and Google is trying to tell us something, that it has a very good counter trend line which we should be taking advantage of. And I will take you to the other side and be prepared for this trade. How many trades? Nyingi. Yes, there are many, and I won't shy away from that because that's how I'll trade it confidently, without any fear. But we'll just wait to see if it can go it can go lower before we make this position. So let's just wait and see. What I'll just do, I'll just up this position. Now I'll just take this trade to somewhere I can see it, and I think that's somewhere I can see it because it's just below the meta trade. And we can look at what Apple is doing. Apple, after a very aggressive move to the upside, we can see it consolidating, and consolidating it is, and that's what we can see right now. We just wait for more consolidation. Maybe it will go lower, or since it is very since it has very huge momentum, it can be testing that that imbalance and going back up. This is a very one aggressive trade, one aggressive ticker, I mean. So this is Microsoft. Microsoft still trying to consolidate down here, but I'm still expecting some more upside before we see a very good consolidation on the higher time frame. So Nasdaq is back down and down and down. Now I'm worried. Yes, I'm worried, but a little bit. Why? Because it's just halfway my stop loss zone from entry to the stop loss. So it's halfway there. Just we just leave it there. Ikiamua kuenda kutoka itoke. Anyway, apart from Softy, we have my Amazon, which has decided it will do some huge candles today, and huge candles it is, and it's down, as you can see, and still in the range. And like I told you, it is giving people sleepless nights on the TL, and I am not planning to take any trades from there. So I want to see what NVIDIA is doing, and what you can see from NVIDIA, we can see some sideways action. Price still trying to go back up and range before we have another good breakout. So just wait. Nothing more to say, nothing more to do. So back down, back up. What can we see? What did we see? I think we can talk about Shopify. Shopify had a very interesting setup come last week, and we saw this setup which broke out. It was pointing to the 70s, but the power of this channel down has just ended reggae for Shopify has been ended because of that very strong channel down, which it was testing this gap down of the earnings last quarter. So as you can see, price is now coming back down, and you can expect price to still go down and test the lower trend line. Are you ready to sell? I'm not ready to sell. I'm not a seller. I'm only a buyer, and yeah, I wouldn't want to be in any shorts for such a stock. Anyway, Palantir sideways for the past for this entire week, and the sideways action courtesy of the cup and handle which broke out last on Friday, and after breaking out, it has been very slow the past 3 days, and we can see some sideways action, same old sideways action. So still there, not planning to go anywhere, but we should expect price to be going towards the 32s, and don't know why it's sideways. I won't talk much about that. And Mara, unusually strong for the day, and I don't know why, because this is a crypto name, and for the crypto stocks, and since crypto by meaning by I'm referring to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is red for the day, and Mara is green for the day, but it's not significantly green. It's only 0.42, and yeah, that's what we see here. And maybe you might see some upward action, but don't really think so. So how are my trades faring? I think that is down. Still playing with it is actually below my entry point. Still playing around my entry point. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Nothing much to see, but you can see Tesla coming back up. This is very encouraging. Me having 2 trades on Tesla, if I see any upward action, I'm very excited, and I hope it will share some upward action with Meta, since they are stuck on the same area on my watch list. And maybe we can see some upward action. Anyway, it's fun to see this. JP Morgan has decided to go back down. Wah, wah. We just wait. And we can see what Google is trying to do. Google is trying to go back down, consolidating. So we're just keeping tabs on it. If you can see a good, if you can see a much lower print, and then we see price trying to move back up, we can now make our good entries here. But we still watch. We're still here to watch. And if you're there, tell me what you're looking at on the other end, because Jess is not here. And since Jess is not here, I think hey, I'll be talking too much, and I'll only stick with the stocks. But we can see what gold is doing. Once in a while, I like to see what the commodities are doing and faring. I was very bullish on commodities, if you remember the last time we were here, and we can see that still very bullish. And what I can see is another opportunity to enter this trade, because we have a counter trend line here, and we can see price going back down. And if we can break here, let's see. I use the same technical analysis for all my asset classes. So it's classical charting across the board, and I'm not even I won't apologize for it. Why? Because that's what I know, and that's what works for me. So I expect if gold comes back up and breaks this trend line, I expect it to go to the 15s to 20s. So that's what I'm expecting. We wait and see. But so far so good. I had my mock entry, I had my TP, and I had my stop loss. So if I was to take that trade, that's what I could have done. And as you can see, I could be on some very good greens. Now I couldn't have been stopped out yet, but price I could be in the trade for, I think, since Wednesday 1 week now. So that's what happens sometimes. But my emotions could have been really tested. This could have tested me. This one, oh my god. But very healthy stock. Anyway, we go back up, or better yet, we can see what this is trying to say. And by this, I'm referring to silver. And silver channel down, broke up, when still going up. Consolidation, you can spot a consolidation down there. Better seen on the hourly. And what did this consolidation buy? If we can look at anything, if they were selling anything, bought, stopped, not yet stopped, but there's a sizable consolidation here. Very good setup here. You can see that triangle, up, down. It should go up, break above. If not, it can go down, print another point D. And let me just show you with this triangle. So this is what I mean. So we have A, B, C, and D, right? So what is happening right now? We had a breakout, then price is now coming back to test the setup. Now price is testing the setup, but who said it cannot go down, go lower? It can. So if it goes lower and possibly stopping out anybody who had the entry there, this will shift to point C, and then we wait for another point D, definitely lower than this, tangentially. Like if you know what I mean by tangent, because it can be up here. Yes, point D is above point this low, but we will consider this as our point D. Why? Because we want to enclose everything inside that setup. So that's what I mean. So I don't know how it will behave. I think we will let this lie here so that we can come refer to it when we come back and talk about silver again. So let's go. Let's move away from uh, setups from assets we are not used to, and go back home. And by home, I mean to check on my MetaTrade because it's down and down and down. And we can see and look at the health of the other portfolio names I have here. And it's down. And same case with my Nasdaq, down, but we still maintain the positions since they are well planned for. And yeah, there's a lot to smile about because we already have some very good lamb. Lamb is doing well. Nothing to worry us. BlackRock is doing well. So I'm heavily padded here. So it will offset potential losses which might be expected, like what we have seen earlier with Netflix. So nothing to worry. It's just we just wait and see what Mr. Powell has been saying. So, and worrying about what Powell has said, just go to my FinViz account and see what news has come up, so that to be ready for uh Jerome Powell testifies with the Congress, definitely. And what has he said? Let me see. uh Or if you know anything on your end, you can just comment there and tell me what's all about. Oh, WGAs. And I'm on my FinViz account and trying to look what is happening in the markets. Not like we've seen anything off the Not that like we've seen anything off. We just want to know what the news are, what news, what we have on the news end, so that we can be better prepared. So we're still going, trying to look for any news. Uh-huh. Whoa, I've just seen something. No, not really. Ooh, that's a hell of a down. Seriously bleeding here on Nasdaq. Seriously bleeding. Mhm. Nothing is happening. Not no zero news. Can't see anything on my end. Uh, but it looks like the stocks are flashing, and by stocks I mean the Nasdaq is flashing, the market is flashing, but you can see Meta and Tesla trying to hold and trying to come back up. So yeah, it's something good to watch. If the others are tanking, we have some very strong names here, and I'm still going back to the. I'm still my eyes are getting off Nasdaq and just coming back there. If I talk about anything else, I'm just going right back up to Tesla. So we just wait and see. And that's Hilton. I don't know why I have not talked about Hilton today. And this was one setup I saw yesterday. Not yesterday, actually on Monday. I think I shared this with you. On Monday, we saw this setup, and then it broke out without us. and then back down, retested, then it is coming back up. I didn't take this entry, so don't be confused. For full disclosure, this is not a running trade I have. So let me trash this so that I cannot confuse my lads and you guys. So what is happening right now? And the same case as for, I think there's a stock I've just said the same. And this downward movement after the breaking out, it's a very aggressive downward movement, and I expect the point C to shift, and then we see something close to this. We will shift how we see that consolidation, so that everything being included, because this this uh, the, this sell off, it has been really huge. It is not something to ignore. And yeah, because if you have to look at it from this angle, I want to show you something. The trade went halfway to the take profit. Let me show it to you, and I think it will be better seen on the 15 minutes time frame. So what is evident, the trade went halfway to the TP, and by halfway to the TP, this is what I mean from the open. So what happens when I set my trades to go happen, when my trades approach halfway the TP? Let me trash this. Let me also trash this. I just wanted to get the midpoint of that high. So if it gets here, I usually break even my portfolio, my trade. So after booking half, it means we have been stopped out when price went lower than our entry. So what will happen? I trash the chart. So after trashing, I take another look at how the consolidation is trying to tell us. And if I was to guess what the consolidation is trying to tell us, is that we need to have another look at how price is playing out. And this is the most sane explanation of price trying to tell us something else. So we expect another breakout, and this time round, we expect to see price racing up from down here to up here. It is a higher, actually it is a larger consolidation as compared to the previous one. I think we've just been stopped out, if I'm not wrong. I'll go check on the other side, on Nasdaq. Let me just check. But I think we have been stopped out on Nasdaq. Yes, we have just been stopped out, and yeah, not much, just a 0.5, and it's okay. So what were we saying? We're here on Meta. No. Remind me, guys, what were we looking at? We were on the Hilton. So Hilton, you realize this opportunity now. It looks bigger than the other one because point C has gone higher. So it means the trough is quite sizable as compared. So if we have an entry around here, we'll have an exit around here, and this is the size of the opportunity you should be expecting. If I was to take that trade, that's how it could have been. Honest true, there goes. So we'll wait and see how it plays out. So it will be breaking around there and then goes all the way. So I think the market is flashing all over. Nothing to worry about because our positions are rock solid. But we can see Lam giving back all the gains it had this week, this day, today, and we can see BlackRock still going up. It is just going against the market, and no apologies for that. And I like it like that. So we can see Meta back down, and still around playing around with my entry. So it is picky ponky, right back up, right back down. So That's it on that. And we can see Google trying to tell us something, and this is what I wanted to see from Google. I wanted to see that consolidation, and I wanted to see a good and a healthy one. So this is very healthy. I want to see it down here, and possibly giving us a very good point D, so that we can enclose this to a triangle or a flag, whichever comes first. So uh, I think the market is aggressively flashing down everywhere. We can also see Tesla trying to come back down, and yeah, Paul is talking, and if Paul is talking, the world is watching. The world is watching, so I know that's how it is going, and I think I'll be going 3-1 today, and yeah, things are flashing, but it is hopeful that it will come back up. Thank God I had positions from last week, from last week, and some positions from earlier this week, which are very far from my entry, which are propping up my portfolio right now. But if we have to watch anything, I'll just watch this. I'll just watch how my meta trade is happening. So uh, if you have any, if you're looking at anything I'm not, kindly tell me. You can just comment there. I'll see it from my end. You can comment, you can say something, say something. We talk and see what is happening on your end. And that is Palentire, this Exxon. I think we have not talked about Exxon Mobil, and we can see price obeyed this channel and it is back down, and possibly going to test the lower side of the channel. I've just remembered about oil, and what is it about oil? Oil. We had some setup we were looking at yesterday, last week, and this is what oil has done. Oil faked out, and I can see it's now trying to regain and going back up. So explains why Exxon is doing that bad, because Exxon is an energy stock. So that's something to watch. Anyway, uh, what can we see? I think I've seen something on the TL about the Kenya shilling, and the Kenya shilling, I think it has gained. How weird is it? It is still ranging and then going down, coming back up. It has gained, and the way we had some. Can we do some technicals here, if you don't mind? So that's a low, that's a high, that's a low, another high. Oh, hii msiende kunistakia, because I really don't. Okay, this is just pure technical analysis. Nobody can fault me for this. But if it is going down, it is going down to the 124s. We'll come back at this. We'll come back and check on this. But this is just for technical sake, for Pete's sake. So yeah, from here downwards. So it means it's still strengthening against the dollar. And if we can find another entry inside here, of which it doesn't look even really good down there, we can see a consolidation here, which looks like a triangle-ish. With a will you call this a triple bottom? This a bottom, this a bottom here, and this a bottom here. So just watching. We just playing around with our technicals, and I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about currencies. Uh, when Jesse comes back, you talk to Jesse about currencies. Me, I'm not I don't dabble with currencies. Reason why I just said I don't want to look back at it, because I've been there, and my classicals don't really play well with with yeah, with with currencies. Uh, Not that I cannot analyze them, I can analyze them, and they can look good and whatnot. But delivery will always disappoint me. It has disappointed me before, and I know it will disappoint me again if I try. So I don't want to do that. I want to go where my my trading strategy performs very well, and that's why I stick and I talk a lot about stocks. If I have to stretch, I only stretch towards the commodities side, but effects for me, sirudi nyuma. I'm not going back there. And I see things are coming back up. The things are trying to go back to their greenish ways, and we can see. Let's see how JP Morgan is trying to take this news. And I think there's some news floating around, and I think Powell has just said something very positive, because as you can see, my watch list has just turned to green all of a sudden, and we can see what Google is trying to do. Yes, about Google, and I want to go back to Google and try and make a position out of it. So, if you allow me, I'll go back to Google. This is very nice. I can only see two red tickers on my watch list. So let's go to my MT4, and what do we expect on MT4? We want to see what Google is doing. So where's Google? There is Google. So earlier this month, our first trade which we booked at a profit was Google, and it is always a pleasure to play Google. And if you don't mind, I want to go to the 5 minutes and take this and estimate this opportunity. And the opportunity from the trough flow. So here we are. You have a trough flow of 190.46. So I'm writing this down because I always write down 190.46, and that's why I don't like trading over the phone. I can manage over the phone, but I don't like trading over the phone. So a high of 192.59. So we find the difference. The good thing about stocks, you get out of one, opportunity lies in another one. A consolidation here, a fruition there, a TP there. Hey, if only you knew how exciting trading stocks is. You can see it right now. It has not been a very good day trading today, because I think we've just been stopped out of the earlier Netflix trade and Nasdaq, but the portfolio is still doing very well. So the opportunity there, it is 2.13. And if you can have a breakout, if you can be asked where the price can break out, we can break out at around 192. If everything goes to, if everything goes, if in short, citrus paribus, if everything sticks constant, so it is 2.13 plus 192.31. So we expect an out of 2.13. So I expect a TP of 194.44. So I come here. I have my entry. My entry point is at 192.31, and my TP is at 194.44, and I can show the lines so that I can estimate where I can put my 1:2 trade. So there lies my 1:2. So I'll just take our 2.19, and if not bad, I can just go back to my. So here's my entry. Here is my entry to come. Entry, take profit, stop loss. How much am I risking? 0.5. And what lot size do I? The position size I want to use 0.51. So I go there, and I know you can't see whatever I'm doing on this end because I'm making my entry, but you'll see it momentarily. And that's the pending order, a buy stop, and my entry position is at 192.31, and my stop loss is at 191.34, and my take profit is at 194.44. Doop. Nice. There we go. I hide the lines. You can see my entries. So very good trade, very promising. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it triggered, and then goes towards my take profit. So I go back to this other side, and as you can see, prices still try to go back up. Meta doing really well right now, at least out of the woods. And Tesla, it's now green. Apart from it has now regained some strength, back up. BlackRock still going and going and going. We can see another high of the day, HOD, and very exciting. Yeah, another HOD has just been printed, and it's going and going and going. Very nice. Do you know the RR of this trade is 1:12? Let me show you something. That's why I'm very excited for this month, because if if I just decide to hold these positions right now, let me take you to BlackRock and see what what I'm playing at. This is BlackRock, and I want us to go to the hourly. Do you see? Here lies the TP, and out of only this trade, we expect 569. So that is 1:12. 1:10 actually. 1:10ish. 1:11 of the of the risk I've just took from the discounted trade down there. So it's very exciting, very super exciting. And as you can see, my stop loss is on the profits, and we'll still go cover it, continue covering it. What has just happened? And what has just happened? Oh, one click. Okay, we drag it up there. We go on covering ground. Right now, I don't think that's this is where it should be appropriately. And yeah, as you can see, let's go to the hourly and see how it is well positioned. Yeah, we're covering ground. Now we are 51 in. So if it decides to go down aggressively, we will be in profits the way it's supposed to be. So very excited for this. Now we go back to our trading view, and we can see Tesla coming back down, and still playing around. Meta up and down again. You can see Tesla really Meta really trying to go above the entry point, but still around the entry point, so nothing to worry about. I think I did well to shave it to a clear cut of 0.5, so that we avoid some downs, some aggressive down times. So you can see some red back on, and we can see the health of Google. Google is still trying to come back up, and yeah, we just wait for that. I don't know if there is something anything interesting. I think I don't know why Jesse has not talked about Reddit, because I knew he had a position on Reddit, which is now trying to test the higher time frame counter trend line. It is now back down testing the what we call the setup. So it is a break and a clear retest. So if it decides to bounce back up, we expect price to go back to the 100s. So that's something to watch. And we can look at Into. I don't know why I missed talking about Into, and Into is having something funny, because what we know about Into has a Into has had this position here, and we can see this very good and elaborate setup. It's a good cup and handle, and what the handle is trying to characterize here right now, we can see somewhat of a consolidation on the handle, and something which I encourage very much, because something good about a consolidation, it gives you I'm sorry, it gives you conviction that if price decides to break out, it is breaking out aggressively and in conjunction with the higher time frame setup. So if we see price breaking out here, we'll estimate with this setup here, which now looks like a cup and handle, but if it goes deeper, we can expect it to form somewhat of a triangle. And this triangle, if it breaks out, we will do this. Haha, let me show it to you the way I would play it. So first we estimate the higher time frame setup, and this is a higher time frame setup, and this is how it looks like. And if you have a breakout, let's say we don't have a breakout yet, but if it breaks out here, we expect price to raise up to let's say 1,000. So we go back down here, and if you go back down here, uh, here we can definitely see a very good triangle, and a very good let me just say a continuation setup. And we can see price maybe going from breakout point to this high, and let's say we can have a breakout from there, and we drop this here. We can take an RR from here. We take an RR. We take our position from inside, from the lower time frame setup, and essentially a 1:2 set, a 1:2 trade. And after doing this, let's say it gives you a position like 0.2, and then you come back here, and if you want to continue with this trade to the higher time frame setup, TP, you take that to the 1,000 points, and that's a very good and a cool 1.6. This is what I mean. You can see you first start with this one, and then it goes this one it goes to the 1,000. So you take full advantage of the discounted entry, and you take full and maximum advantage of that. So we just wait and see, and I can just leave this here, so that if you come back here, we can have something to talk about and see. Anyway, let me go back here and look at what my stocks are trying to do. And I can see Meta trying to play around and above my entry point. I think the only risky trade I have right now, I think it's Meta, because it's still playing around with my entry. That's why after doing when we go talk about something else, if I want to check out on the health of the rest of my portfolios names, I first start with Meta, because it's the most recent trade, which I'm expecting it to do very well. And yeah, you can see it, at least we are above the entry, and we expect it to print another HOD, high of the day. So Tesla is still playing around. up and down, up and down. And we can look at JP Morgan. JP Morgan is really trying to go up and break out. We already have a trade there, and we have a buy stop waiting. And if you can look at Google, you have a buy stop waiting also at Google, on Google. And BlackRock today is reigning supreme, and it is really exciting looking at what BlackRock is doing. It is doing the Lord's work. HOD after HOD, high of the day after high of the day. So if you can go to the daily setup, we can see if it has already hit point C, not yet. So this is nice. This is nice. This is my best trade so far this month. If I don't talk about Meta, I mean Tesla, because Tesla, we've been talking about Tesla. I think since I started streaming. So this is something very nice, very exciting. So what should we see? We should look at what Microsoft is trying to tell us, and Microsoft still in consolidation. And like I said, I expect it to go at least higher, so that it can find a ground here to it can consolidate the way it is supposed to consolidate on the daily time frame. So moving down to Apple, and like I said, Apple was likely to test the was likely to bounce off this imbalance, and true to the word, it is obeying that imbalance. Why this translates and this means something. It means that this stock is very aggressive. I think after hitting the high of the, I think after gaining supreme and now being the most capitalized, everybody wants a chunk of it. And I am 6 minutes to my close, but we are still here together. We'll continue to talk about stocks, and I am encouraging anybody who's willing to take a just dip your toe on stocks without regret, Aki. Yeah? You will say Walter is the best thing has ever happened to you, to your trading life, because things here are a bit chilled, a little bit calm as compared to the rest. Honestly, I'll say that openly. I don't know if it's my price, if it's my strategy, but my strategy really respects stocks, unlike the rest of the asset classes. But stocks, I think my hit rate is really high, and judging by my RR is my risk to reward ratio, which has been constant across the asset classes. It is really pairing well, and it is really pairing well with this the newly hit rate which I'm experiencing on this other end. So that's why I'm really advocating for stocks, and I've been doing it consistently this year. Since the start of this year, I think I just decided to trade stocks consistently since the year started, and it is really paying off as compared to the other asset classes. So ni kitu imeproviwa mazee. Yeah? I think this is the seventh month of the year. Money the sixth, but you won't regret it, because one, let's look at it from this side. One, what is happening? I don't take any sales. There's a quote which goes on FinTweet. They say stonks always go up, and yes, true to the word. Because if you're a good company, let's take it in a company perspective. Let's say Safaricom will be ever appreciating, but what will happen? It will be bombarded with a few fundamentals which can shake up the market, but in reality, if it's a good stock, especially these Mag 7s, they are expected to be doing good, well. chances of dropping down is very little. So why are you selling a stock which is very healthy, which the company is very healthy? That's one thing. That's why I maintain my bias with the buys. Then after having a fixed bias of the buys, now I just come here, play my technicals. After a reversal, I just take continuational setups after continuational setups. Why sell? Why? 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 So one thing, you wake up in the morning, you don't think about anything else on this other side. If the stock decides to sell off, you just stay out of the market. Like I remember back in April, we had a slump. Was it April, March? Yes, April, the first month of the Q2. We had a slump on the stock, on the entire stock market, so most of the companies were giving back the gains they had have. I think the Q1 gains. So what did I do in April? And thank God I had exams then. I just seated. You just sit and wait for a reversal, for price to shift back up. So, and these are things you can see, and you can clearly see on the market, and on how price action is behaving. Ukiona something which is not looking good, you just stay away out of the market and wait for stocks to go back to their bullish ways. So that's why stocks. That's why stocks, and I really encourage you guys to trade stocks, because amshughuliki na bias. And like I remember when I was trading FX, I was really having a hard time. In the morning, let's say uingia pale TL, and everybody is like, today I'm selling, today I'm buying. And it's a cocktail of ideas. I'm buying, I'm selling because of this, because my setup. Because actually, when I started trading stocks, kelele hata ilipungua bana, because TL was very noisy. And right now, I think I'm very in control, because nobody in the stock market is actively selling. If they are trading, if they are trading swings. But if they are day trading and scalping, I know some very good guys who do the who sell, but momentarily only. But on their main portfolio, they do hold for a long term. So I'm really encouraging you guys, if there is some untapped market and some untapped potential in trading, near stock market bana. Trading is not only about forex bana. So I think I've preached enough, and it is 6:30, and you can see my meta is doing well, and Tesla is back up, and everything is back up. And what else? BlackRock is doing the Lord's work, definitely, and Lam is back up. So I think the portfolio is looking good, and as I want to show you the portfolio before I end, and this is how it is looking like. It is I'm still 5% in, holding a running 5%. So I'm still okay. Niko tu sawa. So everything to smile about, nothing to frown about. So that's it, man. And I want to say my buys, because my time is up. It's 6:30. Thanks for being here with me, and see you tomorrow. Today I was very confused, because I had an early errand, and Jesse did well coming in, and yeah. So let's end it there. We end the stream there. So cheers. See you tomorrow. Continue trading.